All right. Hello and welcome to session 10, I believe. Yep.
The finale.
Fragment the finale of Fragment of Remains. Uh Real quick, go around, see how everyone's week was. Especially with getting preparation for the holidays coming up next week. Let's start with let's go through like the turn order with it. So let's start with you, Modar. How was your week?
I actually had a pretty good week. Things are things have been good and a little bit busy at work, which is good this time of year. And yeah, hopefully it looks like we should be busy for the holiday, which is going to be nice. So
Okay,
looking forward to
nice.
that.
Togo, how was your week?
Uh, Pretty good. Grandparents came into town, saw them. Been busy at work, but not like overly so. And I'm heading up this weekend to go see my girlfriend, which will be fantastic. So yeah, pretty
Nice.
good.
Zanashi.
I had a great week. Um, Went out for the first time in a couple of years. Got drunk, didn't throw up, so that's always a bonus.
Yeah, that's usually a win in my book.
No time traveling.
A little bit, man. I mean, I was tearing it up on that pool table. Felt like I was in my 20s again.
And Valencia, how was your week?
Pretty good. I just played my first a new campaign on Wednesdays, Ranger Cleric, and I have this chili in front of me, and I'm about to have my last supper with Valencia right here. So it's going real well.
Well, as everyone can see, the rest of the player art has been completed. So finally, each of you are updated for the campaign, which
Just
may
in
end here.
time.
But let me go ahead and give the recap, and then we'll see how this plays out. Definitely the probably most nail biting uh, encounter thus far. But we last left our adventurers just as they went to their rooms to lay their heads for a night of rest, waking up on the morning of April 2nd, year 1101, inside the Keen Spider's Tavern, as Dilsey calls out breakfast is open from below. While enjoying your morning, each of you discuss your plans for the next few days, focusing on the explosive support processor doodad, researching it more, and exactly what to do with it. Also discussing the looming danger of the drow, ever looming over Alencia. Deciding on obtaining a cloak for Zanashi, begin the process of duplicating the doodad, and use the next few days to gather any sort of supplies you may need during your stay in Moga. As the days pass, all is calm until the night of April 6th. This is when, late at night, as each of you sleep, bells awaken Modar as his alarm spell goes off. Modar only catches a glimpse of the intruder, but then he shoots a firebolt at him, catching their cloak on fire, causing the intruder to tumble and fall down the stairs. As Modar calls out to the others, each of you besides Alencia pursue this intruder, making it down to the first floor, getting a direction from Dilsey, and then peering out the door. No one is spotted. Modar then quickly makes it back up to his room, notices only the replica is stolen,
Phone call. 1 second.
and the doodad is missing, and then takes the cloak pointed out by Dilsey, noticing a brooch of the pearlescent sun, the symbol of the Order of Light. Fetching Alencia after noticing she is still asleep in her room, and then discussing in Modar's room in private what to do next. The next morning, after completing a full week here in Moga, each of you begin your previous night's plan and you put it into effect. First, sending Togo and Alencia to speak with Ingor, planning to report the previous night's events. After relaying your story, Ingor does seem to believe evidence presented. However, with the deal being incomplete, she informs Togo and Alencia Zanashi will have to pay her debt or spend time in the jail cell. After taking your leave and meeting back up with the others and passing along the new Ganley information, Part 2 of the day's plan is set into motion. All 4 of you make your way to the Order of the Light headquarters, passing the destroyed parts of the city as each of you make your way into to the Order of the Light. Evidence of the 2 factions' previous fights as you step over rubble and notice smoldering flames yet to be extinguished. While approaching the Order of the Light's headquarters, a human male is noticed addressing the crowd, and as the man speaks, proclaiming to be Dury, the guards with guards at his back, another individual is being whipped while being secured and crucified. Dury, sentencing this man to death, as pearlescent banners with a sun-like symbol on them are raised behind him. As the man is crucified and falls unconscious from the pain, Zanashi calls out, asking what this gentleman is accused of. As Togo thinks to himself briefly, "Oh no." Then, Zanashi charges forward in a rage. Mordar yells, "No, wait." However, there is no stopping her. As the city of Moga is once again an open battlefield, fear for the surrounding citizens sets in as they run and hide. And as the fight rages on, it's April 7th as the sun is reaching its peak in the clear blue sky nearing 12 p.m. So when we last left off, we were at the top of the 4th round, I believe it was, with Modar taking the lead. So far, you have slain a couple of these guards and made a few others flee in fear. There are 4 of them asleep, and right now it's anyone's fight. But with that, we'll move to the first turn with tonight's initiative. Modar?
Remind me, this one right in front of Togo is currently getting ready to run, or he's still fighting?
Say that one more time for me.
The one in front of in Togo, right next to Togo, is still fighting. Correct. All right. Seeing what's going on here with Togo there, Modar is just going to look at this guy, and at this point, it's all right. I tried not to do this. You're all insisting on fighting. Here we go, and throwing a firebolt at this guy right in front of Togo there.
All right.
Was that? I hit the cast button. Wait, what did I hit? Oh shit, wrong button. Damn it all. Sorry. That was the wrong. That was the wrong spell. That's what I wanted to do.
Almost exact same rolls.
Sorry, I just pulled the thing up and sub. Sorry, I hit the wrong button there. It was firebolt. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. I just was trying to fix the whatchamacallit that you had pointed out to me. Let me pull.
Oh yeah. I pulled that up and I'm like, huh. That
Fortunately, the 14 is a miss.
Alright, and with that, you will step up 20. Yeah. Alright. That should be 30, I believe. And that's the end of my turn.
There we go. Cool. So, fixed it just as you were ending your turn. Again, thank you for pointing that out. So, which does bring us to this guard way over to the right, who is still running in fear. And I think at this point, it's safe to say that he has fled the battle. With that, Togo, unfortunately, before you get to go, the guard is making his way down the stairs. And we'll get to here. And one more will begin to reveal himself. And, Valencia and Zanashi, you will hear as this one calls out, Dury, I have your shield. Here, take it. Just moves you to you, Togo.
I also have your power word kill scroll right here.
Oh, Togo still might be on the phone. So let me just go ahead and take a moment real quick and have the rest of you that are here roll me a history check. So Zanashi, as you're kind of enraged in battle, you don't feel that this has any significance. But Modar and Nuya, as you hear this called out, you will remember those who have told you that Dury proclaiming to be blessed by the gods and a paladin himself, even though none of his miracles had been proven. These are things that you've heard.
Yes, Zanashi, she's from the plains. She don't know anything about this person anyway.
But so what we'll do is Togo might be a moment, so we'll just move forward and we'll come back to his turn momentarily.
Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that.
It's okay, I forgive you. It's your turn.
I'm gonna cast.
But if you all would like to relay that information to him, feel free.
Dissonant Whispers at a first level at the guy next to me.
Okay.
And that will be DC 14 Wisdom saving throw by him.
Wisdom save is a natural 1.
Awesome.
But this is when you notice he's a halfling. Waha! Just kidding.
Wahahaha.
Sometimes
So
I
that
wonder
is a
if you're getting
fail,
one from
and he will
somebody.
take 12 psychic damage.
Yes.
And as you send out these whispers, you'll see like his ears begin to bleed, and as he drops his spear, falling to both knees, clutching at the sides of his head, he'll just like, you'll see his teeth grinding just a bit, but he's still alive.
So he should run away though, correct? Unless he's already used his reaction.
I think it's a passive check, right?
It's at the top of the turn, so he will just drop the spear and run then.
Okay.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna move. Where's that? Okay. 25 feet. That is not. I cannot select my token.
You gotta change it to the arrow up at the upper left where you changed it to a ruler.
Mm-hmm. You have to go back to the select tool.
Select move. Yeah, I can't select my token.
On the top left, you got the arrow.
On top left, top icon, the one that looks
Oh.
like an arrow, go to select move.
He may
What
have to
about
re-put
now?
his token on the map
There we go.
because you put him on here.
Yep.
I can't.
I did it for
okay,
yours
I can,
too.
Yeah, because I was noticing I had the same crap.
Yep. I assigned it, but it just didn't save because I had placed it on there, but it's saved now.
And then that'll be my turn.
All right. Well, that will bring us to Zanashi.
Prepare to lose your head. And every one of you around him if you don't put your weapons down as I swing my weapon
Valencia will duck her
at
head.
Dury with all my might.
Togo thinks to himself, aren't they all asleep? How can they lay down their weapons?
21 will hit. It's another nice chunk of damage.
God, I wish I had stunning strike. That would be amazing.
And with that, I guess I'm going to have to end my turn.
So as you connect with Elf Mutilator against Dury, he'll just take a nice slash across his chest, unable to deflect your attack with his sword. And then he'll just turn his head, and seeing his shield just a few feet from his grasp, he'll turn back to you with a menacing smirk and reply, "The gods are not leaving my side today." And he will disengage, moving back and beginning to grab his shield. Which brings us to this one's turn, who will slide in front of you, Sanashi, and take a strike with his spear. Lunging forward for a 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
For a total of 3 damage to halve, so you take 1.
Okay.
And after striking you with the spear, the blood beginning to run thick over your body, still seeing red as your rage powers on, you feel these wounds beginning to take a toll. This one is asleep, which moves us to this one. I'm gonna turn towards you, Valencia. And I just want to check something. Okay, yep, that one's not asleep. So this will be at advantage. So he strikes the spear at you. For a, double checking the math, I believe it's just a 13. Yep, 13. Missing with the spear. As it goes wide and you deflect it, open palm just to the outside as it hits the frame of the door. Next one is asleep. And asleep. Well, it should have been your turn before that one, but still asleep. So your turn, Alencia.
I'll save you, Alexia.
She will see the spear go past her her head, and then push the spear away and turn around as her own quarterstaff swings in a horizontal motion, hoping to strike non-lethally at this dude.
Okay.
One hit would be great.
Oh, nice
Oh.
roll.
Unfortunately, bud,
Yeah, I
you
know.
connect solidly as you swing your staff around, connecting right into the jaw. And
It's
the
very
tides seem to be turning.
that it took this fucking long. Is that enough to knock unconscious?
No.
Oh, well, in that case, I would like to expend 2 charges.
All right. What key points are you spending?
The
Or what are you
staffs.
spending them for? Oh, the staff's charges. You got it. Okay.
Yes.
Since it's the first time you're using it, go ahead and flavor it and, do what you want.
I'm not sure how this extra charge comes into play, but I suppose rivets will extend from the edge of the staff in a sort of effective bludgeoning shape to like indent lethal shapes into the target, and she intends to hit harder than she usually does, and the knob of it hits in a very vital point.
Okay, you got the damage.
There we go. It's 4 extra bludgeoning.
Yeah, a little low, but not bad.
And I will flurry of blows. Same guy.
So after connecting with the quarterstaff and then expelling a couple of its charges, it grows and cracks against this guard's face a couple more times and unleash your Fury of Blows attack. A 22 will hit. Well, after gaining the high ground, things seem to be turning in your favor. Perhaps this is your actual positioning and you've gained your foothold.
Realizing that this guy is a lot sturdier than I thought, I'll pull back my second punch and just lay a hand on Zanashi's shoulder. Never
Don't
one
try it.
without the other. And we'll heal. That's how much does Zanashi
And
heal.
4 points. Back to you, Zanashi.
Thank you, Alessio.
It's not over.
As you
That's a turn.
feel some of the wounds begin to heal themselves over, feel a little bit recharged, and Toko made me giggle. With her motivating speech, maybe today is not lost. Next turn is one of the ones that are sleeping, but then it brings us to the one that you've just laid a couple of strikes on there, Alencia, and he is going to take his luck at striking back at you for a 15.
Yes.
That will deal Ooh, max damage, which is 9 in total.
Well, sorry, who are you targeting?
Towards you.
Me. It misses. If it's a 15.
Oh, it misses? I'm sorry. I thought you said it hits. Apologies. Made me waste a good damage dice roll.
There we go. Make him waste those good damage die rolls.
Yeah, fuck you.
And this one is the one that you had used Dissonant Whispers on. There another save for it, or is he...
He's good.
All right. Well, with where he's at, and after being in fear, already leaving his weapon behind and failing that check, he's going to continue to just get the hell out of there and attempt to save his life. Which is back at the top of the turn order. With you, Modar.
All right. Modar is going to move up. His 30 feet of movement to there.
Okay.
All right, that's 30. And can from there going up the stairs, is that like a set of stairs? Can I see Dury at this point or not?
Yes, and at this point you'll see like the staircase behind where the rest of the guards have been making their way down from the second level.
And are there more guards in behind Dury right now, or
Give
is he
me
the
a
last?
perception check. There's none immediately right behind him, but you do hear footsteps making their way down from the higher levels. You can hear the clanging of armor and steel against steel as they're making their way down.
All right,
Some
I'm going
voices in the
to.
distance as well.
I'm casting Sleep again, right on top of Dury, right behind him, to try and hit him and these couple of guys right in front of him.
All right, I believe that was the 20-foot radius, correct?
Correct.
And you're gonna do it centered on him, but this way it hits. At least
Yeah, the
close
guys right
guards
in front
as
of him. Yeah, I don't know how you want to deal with that. From him,
well. You don't have to do it directly centered on him. You do it like a little bit
like
behind him.
right behind him. Yeah, that's
Yep.
what I want to do. Like right behind him. Yeah,
Okay.
so.
What level are you casting at? And
First level.
Then roll me your dice.
Did that roll it? No.
You can just click. I was gonna say you can click the 5d8 in the chat that just came up.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Perfect. So that is 21. Okay, so starting with the lowest HP. The one that was holding Dury's shield. You'll hear the shield just ping, ping, ping against the ground as Dury's reaching out for it, and then just as he falls to the floor fast asleep. This one in front of you, Zanashi and Alencia, will fall asleep as well. Then unfortunately, that is it. This is the one right directly to your north drops his spear, Zanashi, then to one knee, into the second, and then falls just to his left and is sound asleep. Six asleep so far. A couple from like a round or two ago, and these ones for forever, because a minute lasts forever in combat.
All right. That will be the last of my turn.
You coward! Wake up! We have to protect the leader! And striking at you, Zanashi. And I don't think that's a hit. It's only a 13. I'm pretty sure your armor class is a 14.
It is a 14.
I was going to say, even with his slightly inspiring words, he doesn't seem to have inspired himself missing with a spear.
You would be wise to play dead like the rest of your friends are doing.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check. This one's asleep. And Togo.
Zanashi actually honestly thinks they're just playing dead.
They're just so afraid of her, they're just on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
This one will, like, kind of clench the spear in one hand after missing and then just close his eyes, and you'll just see, like, a tear beginning to run down his face. And a bit of a shiver comes over the rest of his body.
I'm gonna use move up to here. This is 20 feet, but because I'm moving through them, do you want me to use the rest of my movement on it?
So
Or how do you want to play
just
something
don't,
like that?
You're since you have you're a halfling and you have like the halfling nimbleness, you can move through the spaces without it requiring like a restricted movement. So as long, just don't end on like the same spot and you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And then I am going to place my hand on Zanashi's back and cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level. For 19.
Ooh. I definitely start feeling really good.
And then that'll be my turn.
As more of the wounds stitch over, the skin growing and then tethering itself together, stitching and closing the rest and stopping the bleeding. Feel like a brand new woman there, Zanashi.
Yes,
That's
I
a
do.
good heal, Togo.
That
Good
was a damn
rolls.
good heal. Damn near max.
Oh, dang, yeah. But that's all my turn, so.
So these will begin to make their way down the stairs, and reaching about like the halfway point towards the 2nd and 1st level is about as far as they can get. And then it is back to you, Zanashi.
I will immediately turn, swinging my axe over my head and down upon that enemy behind Alencia that took a pop shot at her, and just growling and spitting the whole way down with my axe.
So letting out like a battle growl as you swing with the axe.
Yes.
What does this sound like? You made me do the rooster, you do the battle growl.
Oh man. Rawr, and spits flying everywhere.
Oh, you little tiger cub. The 17 will hit. And his spittle is just like flying over his face. He'll wipe it just briefly and open his eyes just in time to see your axe connecting right between his eyes.
Oh, I was wanting to come down right on his shoulder blade and.
Oh, that's fine. I was gonna say you flavor it how you want, because he is dead.
Yeah, I wanted to come down on this right where the neck connects to the shoulder, and the axe just penetrates just like a good 6 to 8 inches into him, dropping him.
Allow me to redeem your scream, by the way.
That was cute.
And,
you guys are like a regular couple now.
And as my axe does go into him, I take my foot and kick him off my axe and turn back towards the two that are still upright in front of me and in my turn.
So placing his hand upon his shield, Dury will say, "You've killed enough of my friends. Now, it's time for you to die." And now, as he says this, his hand will begin to light up, and then his arm will begin to light, and then it'll stretch, going all the way to where his hand is wrapped around his sword. Then he'll place the sword across his chest, and then you'll see some of his wounds beginning to stitch over. Well, not nearly as good as Togo's cure wounds, but some HP nonetheless.
Stay right.
The rest are coming. I suggest you just lay down your axe like your friend said. Or prepare to die just as he has.
Every one of your people are dying or playing dead. So you tell me who's got the upper hand here. You're gonna die. Along with all your people unless they drop their weapons now.
You'll see him look up, back like towards the stairs, and hearing the amount of footsteps still coming, just give that little smirk back to you. I have plenty that are willing to die by my side. If that's how you see it, then that's how it shall be. This one will make its spear attack on Alencia for a 13, which is a miss. Bringing us to more sleepy time people. They are very tired right now. It's been a long day of following orders from Dury, and they are just pooped.
You know, crucifixions wipe a man out. Like,
yeah, it's hard work. I don't know if Valencia's back. I'll see if she is.
I am.
Perfect. It's your turn.
Your backup won't arrive fast enough to save you, I'm afraid. And she will maneuver around.
Almost.
Strike this guy at advantage.
The dice didn't go as well in my favor. Go ahead and make your roll. Ooh, 2 good rolls. For 10 damage.
I should mention that anything I do, any damage I do is non-lethal unless it's Dury.
Got it.
Expend charges.
Okay. That's 3 spent on the charges, and as you connect with the quarterstaff and then it stretches out once more, you see the knees beginning to buckle. You know he's close to falling unconscious. And with the last blow doing it, you got any specific flavor you want to throw in there?
Seeing him close to, like, going into shock, I will just back up my quarterstaff and then do like a one finger death punch sort of thing with my staff, except it's to like the back of the neck to just sort of tap him out.
Okay, and as you deliver that final blow, he'll drop the spear and then just fall full weight down to the floor.
The same
Unconscious.
shall soon
You
happen.
see him still breathing.
You will not have the singular mercy. And unarmed strike. Not an advantage, but yeah.
The 22 will hit.
Will a 20 hit?
Oh, yes, the 20 will hit. It was lit up, and I like shiny things, so I picked that number.
I dig my heel into his thigh as I run over.
Urgh! Fine. You'll die first.
That's my turn.
Sleepy time. That guy's dead. That guy's gonna continue running. And Modar. Seems that the tides are turning in your favor. Putting most of these guards to sleep has seemed to pay its weight in gold thus far.
Modar is going to move up the 20 feet to the back corner of that gentleman here. Is that open space that I can get in there or not?
Yeah.
And he's going to turn towards Dury and say, I didn't want to do this. You've given me no choice. And I am casting Burning Hands, making sure I don't hit Alencia, though.
Okay.
15-foot cone.
All right. That is a fail. It's just a 6. And as he tries to put the shield up, blocking the cone of fire, he'll just get it right in front of him, but not shielding himself quite well enough as the flames encase him. You can begin to hear the sizzle and the smell of burnt hair.
So yeah, that's a straight line there. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much going that straight line there.
And you'll also see the stairs beginning to like spark and catch a flame as well.
And that will be the end of my turn.
This one, seeing the power that you just unleashed, Modar, will look at Zanashi and do like a little bit of like a double take, looking back at you, and he will turn, and then he's gonna attempt to strike his spear into your back.
Disadvantage, I've got blur up.
That's correct. That is a 14 and 15 on the dice with the modifiers. That is a 17.
Alright, no shield, I think that hits. Let me double check. I mean with mage armor.
Mage armor.
Yeah, let me double check that for a second.
I think your armor is 16 with it.
15. I think so. Was it 13 plus 15? So yeah, that hits.
Should have played dead.
That one will do 6 damage to you. Striking just after you unleash your spell, you'll feel the first time thus far any wound come across you. It's quite unfamiliar. You feel the warmth of the blood beginning to trickle down your back. Next one's asleep, which brings us to Togo.
All right. I am gonna stay nice and safe behind Zanashi. And what is the range on you? I'm assuming it's 60 feet. I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery at Dury.
Okay, got any awesome words?
Guy talks like he's got a big army, yet half of them are asleep on the ground.
And as he looks around as you say this, seeing most of his comrades either cut down or, as Zanashi put it, pretending to be dead, you'll see it begin to sink in, and he begins to shake, trembling his shield. And he will take the 4 psychic damage.
Is this a fight or a nap?
Well, for most of their forces right now, it's a nap.
True.
But this one will press on over the stairs, down the stairs and over like the little bits of flame that have begun to perk up from the wooden staircase. And it's all of his movement, unfortunately. But he will take his spear attack at you, Alencia. And that is a 20.
It's
For 3 damage. A gentleman's 20, not a natural 20. Just
Yeah.
BT dubs. This one will make a check as well. And he seems a bit more hesitant in the flames being just a slightly bit higher on this side, but if from looking at his expression on his face, Modar, you would believe that the entire building to be encased in flames, and he seems quite shaken. To you, Zanashi.
I'm going to jump over this sleeping person in front of me, and I'm going to take the opportunity attack from the one that's on Modar. But I am going to move to right there. Let me see how
That's
far
a
that
natural
is.
2, so that he'll miss. As seeing you kind of like jump forward, he'll take the spear, try to jab off to his right side, just missing you as it like goes through your hair.
Okay, well, I'm going to. I'm not playing this whole flanking crap. As soon as I can hit him, once I get within range, I'm swinging that axe with everything I've got.
'21's a hit.
10 points of damage. We'll see who your god truly is. This deserted you. And I'll end my turn there.
So he takes another nice slash across his body. You'll see that he's beginning to cough up a bit of blood as it trickles just out of the corners of his mouth down to his chin. And then this is when you will see a couple more of these guards beginning to make their way just down the stairs, bringing us back to Dury. I can see it in your eyes. Even if I drop my swords now, you would still take my head.
But we would spare your men's lives.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm going to use my inspiration die.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Also dreading it that I was going to roll a 1.
On your tribe's honor, you hold this to be true.
On my tribe's honor.
For those that hear my voice, let me fall. Lay down your arms and surrender. And as he kind of looks over, just over and around Zanashi Modar, he'll make eye contact with you and say, "And if the snow hare may lay another hand on any of you, spread word that their guild is not to be trusted."
Neither is the word of a thief, now is it?
Valencia, it's your turn.
I will forcefully remove the spear from my side and throw it on the ground. And I look towards Zanashi, which I assume is bloodthirsting emanating, and will go, "On top of her tribe's honor, my code as a servant also states that I will grant mercy to those who deserve it. But that will only concur once your head flies from your shoulders, and there will be no more bloodshed after that."
Then so be it. Strike true. Don't miss.
Zanashi looks out and grin at hearing Valencia say those words. The last part particularly.
The staircase right in front of you from that point forward is beginning to still spread the flames. Just so you know.
Then I will use everything I've got to break his neck and snap it off.
All
If
right.
I see her going for an attack, I am Valencia. No. Hold your ground.
She is listening. For any further comment?
We do not kill unarmed men, whether they're thieves or not. They will seek. We will seek the item they stole and try to make everything right here.
Are we still in initiative order? Moving by that.
Talking I consider to be like free actions. You just do whenever you'd like it. You don't have to do it on your turn.
Okay, I had an action I had in mind, but I didn't know if we were still going by that. Really.
We will be. It just depends on what Alencia's decision is, presuming after the conversation.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't get into big long speeches, it's usually all right in combat. For most I've played for in the past.
The most mercy I can grant to people like him are to make it swift as possible when he loses consciousness. And she will continue with her swing. This time doing it non-lethal.
Okay, make your attack roll. That hits. Roll me your damage.
I'll roll as much as necessary.
Was actually all you needed right there.
He is still alive.
And as you strike him, he'll let out like a as he falls forward, and almost simultaneously, the rest of the Order of the Light, you'll start to hear as each of them are beginning to stick their spears into the floor below.
I'll instinctually hold my hand out as I sheath my quarterstaff and just say, "Hold, back up. Your leader is unresponsive."
Does Zanashi get a turn?
So what we're gonna do, because that did take just a little bit, is we'll go through one more round and giving everyone one final maneuver. So, with this one being asleep, it'll bring it back to Modar, but with the rest surrendering, I will begin to remove them from the turn order.
At Modar's turn, Modar is going to step up here and look at Zanachi. I understand what he did is wrong. He will pay, but this is not how the Snow Hare Guild deals with these matters. And then he'll turn and look at everyone else. If anybody knows where the device that was stolen is, I suggest you bring it here immediately.
Device? Like, what is he talking to? This guy? Yeah, I know where it is. I'll get it, but you leave him alive.
And I turn to Zanachi and say, at this point, his life is going into the jail cell instead of yours.
Zanashi doesn't respond.
Is that it, Modar?
Yep, that's all I
All
can
right.
do at this point.
Togo?
I'm gonna look
Level
around
2
and say,
sleep on Zanashi.
no, I'm gonna look around and say, does anyone have any rope?
You'll just hear like a little bit of murmuring, and then as like you look up and seeing like the stairs leading to the stories above, you'll see like this bundle of rope just kind of get chucked as it lands to the ground next to you.
Thank you. Quite nice. I'm gonna go and cut out a probably 1.5 foot of that rope and use it to secure Dury.
Alencia on her turn order would. I'm just saying this prematurely, but she would wake up. She would disarm and wake up all of the sleeping guards and sort of repeat the following, saying, "We have no more leadership."
Mostly being met with the responses of just like, what? Dury's dead? But lastly, we have the wild card.
And Zanashi raises her axe, swinging down
Toga would be leaning over him still at
upon
this point.
Dury's hands. And if you bound both of those hands together, I guess both hands are coming off instead of just one. But I was gonna try to get his sword hand. But I guess that's up to them now if they're bound already.
Give me a survival check there, Togo.
Survival.
And that will give like a tale of like how quickly. Okay, so it's gonna take you a couple moments to like tie him up. It's like quite a bit bundled of like a rope, and trying to just remove like a little bit. You've begun to bound. I will. He's right-handed. Odds are right, evens are left. So let's see what hand you've begun to tie. It's an odd. So that's right, and then that will be his sword hand. But he did use 2 before, so I guess both are kind of it. So which hand are you going for?
For the hand that's most accessible.
Okay, so just like the left hand.
And as I do come down with my axe, I look back at Modar and says, he's still alive.
And as like you slice down, you just hear against the wooden floor, and then a bit of a as you see the hand just kind of topple over away from the force.
I will immediately run over and see if I can cauterize it in any way with my hands of healing.
And I'm going to grab the hand and toss it into the fire.
Well, with that, and them following the orders, I will just ask you all there. With them surrendering, placing their spears into the floor, and the rest beginning to like just being awakened by Alencia. What's the call?
I'll sheathe my axe across my back.
And
I'm a woman of my word. I will not kill you all.
But we do
Well-
need that device back.
and who would be second in charge at this point?
Well, what I'm gonna do is just take it out of combat music. And you'll begin to hear like murmurs in the streets of people like making their way away after like the sounds of battle begin to fade out. And to be perfectly honest, just double checking some things. They'll point to one right here that Alencia had knocked out.
I will go over and heal him up.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, it's you. And he'll like kind of like jerk just to like the side, like looking for his weapon, and then seeing that his spear's been removed a little bit from his grasp, he'll just look back to you. What do you want? What have you
There is
done
no
with
more
Dury?
fighting.
I understand you're second in command.
That's right. As he kind of like looks over towards you, Modar, seeing Dury laying on the floor, beginning to be tied up from Togo. So you spared his life?
He is alive,
He's
as are the majority of your comrades.
He surrendered for the sake of all your lives.
So what is it that you want?
Well, I had come to discuss the device that you stole and see if we could reconcile the current situation there, but well, This has gotten out of hand quite quickly now, hasn't it?
And just after like Zanashi has kind of like thrown the hand over, he'll just lay the first sight upon this removed or body part from his leader and say, you see his eyes get a little bit wide. You're all monsters.
If you don't get to telling us what we want to know, you're going to see an angry monster.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check at advantage. You'll begin to hear footsteps making their way downstairs as another guard appears, empty-handed. Well, no weapon in hand, but you'll see that he is carrying a like object wrapped in some cloth. What is it that you want to know?
I want to know why you sent someone to steal this device from my room before it was complete, so we could complete our transaction.
We didn't steal anything. What are you talking about?
And I'm gonna point at the device, that device right there.
From him? That thief? Pointing to the individual with his throat slit, still tied upon the wooden tee.
If I remember the charges had nothing to do with theft. Had to do with not carrying out orders. Was that correct?
And defiling Dury directly. Yes.
And may I ask how he did that?
That man is a spy. Working for the Hellhounds.
Do you have proof of this?
Aye.
Well, I would like to see that.
What kind of proof do you need?
Whatever proof got him convicted. I would like to see the type of law system you're proposing for this city.
That man, Eldir, is one of the higher ranking members of the Order of Light. But he turned his back on Dury. He's been working for the Badger and Hellhounds since. Look. Look at his forehead. He's the mark of the traitors upon him. It was branded before we released him when we found out.
I didn't ask about his punishment. I asked about the evidence you had to prove the conviction.
I'm not sure what else I could give you besides my word. In that marking.
I want insight checking.
Okay, go ahead.
I think he's telling the truth, Modar. He don't know. Perhaps
Look, I'm telling you what I know. I know that man is a traitor. He's been posing as the Order of the Light when he's near the walls.
And he wasn't posing as an are you sure he wasn't a double spy, double agent? You're working off of hearsay. This is the system that you'd like to put in place. This is what you're all fighting for. Taking the word of one individual over the other with no actual evidence.
Kind of like look down. Devoted and followed Dury. Ever since he's been trying to save this town from the city and its people. from people like you.
What do you mean the city and its people?
People like me. What do you
No,
mean
people
by
like her. As he points to Alencia.
What do you mean people like me?
Hey, I think maybe we should try to make our exit here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll kind of look around at everybody, all the rest of the soldiers here,
What are you
kind
going
of
to do
seeing
with
what
them?
they're doing.
I'm going to grab Dury and throw him over my shoulder.
Well, right now we're gonna use him as our hostage to make sure that you guys don't start trying to kill us here immediately. So,
Well, we have. May I ask you where you found that device that you're bringing to me?
On his person.
On whose person?
On his. To point back over towards the Slade individual.
All right. Well, understood. My understanding is that. All right. Well, we're taking your leader here to the court system to figure this out. Thank you very much. And as long as everybody behaves themselves, I don't see any other issues coming along. If when he wakes up, what he says makes sense to me, we'll make sure that he does receive the device that you have all paid for once it is working. As you could tell, it was not working, correct?
I haven't
And
touched it
I'll
myself.
look back towards the gentleman that I'm assuming that was the crime this gentleman paid, was bringing something that wasn't him, that didn't belong to him.
You don't know what you're doing. If you bring him to her, he's as good as dead. By first light. If even that long. But you will have no quarrel here with us. We'll stand and abide by our word from our leader.
You would be wise to try to make amends with whoever that woman is. I don't even remember her name. But try to have peace in the city because the people of the city are the ones who are suffering.
I'm starting to seriously question how many innocent people were put upon that cross right there. It sickens me.
He'll just start to step to the side.
We should head out.
I will pick up his shield as we leave.
Okay.
What do you think of this proposal, Zanashi? With the current looming threat over our heads, over my head.
The what?
They truly wish to stick by their word, yes? So, perhaps they could help us.
I don't think we're going to get very much help from them after that.
As we're walking away, I do want to wait till we're out of these people's earshot before I actually do start talking a little bit more. But
yeah, after like making like putting Dury over your shoulder after Togo has tied one hand to now Nub.
Tied it to his body.
Wrapping a little bit of like cloth and stuff to kind of stop the bleeding and like making sure that the wounds aren't going to cause him to bleed out. Throwing Dury over your shoulder, Zanashi, and then making your way down the stairs and out of the Order of the Light's headquarters. And once across the street and beginning to make your way down an alleyway, heading back towards the war-torn areas of the city, you'll know that you're out of earshot.
I don't fully trust this woman. Something seems off about this whole situation.
Who are you
But
referring to?
The
the lady in the
Leader of-
tower,
the leader of the Badger and the Hellhounds.
I feel like we need to
Would you feel more comfortable if we?
investigate a little more.
Well, these are our options at this point. We have him here. We could talk to him in our rooms, I suppose. I thought about for a split second leaving him with them, trying to put him in there. I'm sure they've got some sort of a brig, but I don't necessarily trust that they wouldn't break him out. And I think that it is correct that the Hellhounds will probably most likely kill him on sight.
Oh yeah, 100%. But this is a guy that's also spreading blatant racism around this town, and
Using that for myself.
that's inconvenient for all of us.
Yes. I think his life, I don't care about his life. We turn him over, but we use having captured him to our advantage.
The only thing I care about right now is restoring the name of the guild and making sure that everything, nothing points back towards them towards us that should not.
I think a great strategy to do that is to make it known loud and proud that it was the Order of the Light that stole something from you, and while we attempted to get it back, they made it physical and we ended it.
Yes, very true. So yeah, as we're walking back, we will start. How about you sing a song, Togo, about what? About stealing from the guild and how he stole from the guild. I think that should suffice.
I think that's a good idea. I can easily do that. But I think we should go and make it part of our deal for handing Dury over to the Badger and the Hellhound. That
Yes.
their guards drop words about how grateful they are that the Order of the Light was stupid enough to steal from the Snowhair Guild.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds perfect.
About
Also,
at
we
this
should.
point, you'd be reaching like the battered parts of the city, making your way across the rubble, still seeing some of the smoke from the flames dying out a little bit, with there being no recent battle in this area for a little bit of time, at least a week from as far as each of your perspectives. And you'll just hear a slight groan from Dury. You're making your way over.
I look for something to make a gag out of.
Oh, he's still unconscious. He's just like from like the bouncing of Zanashi going over some of the rubble.
It's involuntary noises.
Okay. I thought he was waking up.
Yeah, just involuntary. Thank you. But as you all continue the conversation, just where is your immediate destination?
I plan on going to the guard tower.
Yeah,
we're following
I want to
we're-
have this guy as little as possible.
straight to the Order of the Hellhounds.
And first thing I want to tell this lady is, I know you wanted to put me in jail, but I brought you something better.
Ingor, that's her name, Ingor.
Well, as you all are making your way there, eventually the Hellhound or the Badger and the Hellhounds headquarters will kind of come into sight, just taking roughly about an hour to make your way from the headquarters to the other headquarters, seeing the symbols of the Hellhound in the crimson red colors. And as each of you approach, there will be a couple guards just at the top of the stairs, and you'll hear them say, oh my lord, they have Dury. And they'll just scramble opening the doors, and just you'll hear them shout inside, Ingor! Come at once! You're needed at the front gates!
Is one of the guards sitting there next to us, like I'm assuming walks up to us where the other goes?
There will be 2 staying put as the other 2 run inside calling out, but they're not too far away, about like 10-15 foot, just shouting inside.
I look over at them and say, yeah, he apparently stole from the No Hair Guild. That's how it turned out for him.
The No Hair Guild?
Snow Hair Guild.
You cut out and all I heard was No Hair Guild.
Not a great idea.
You'll hear a familiar voice, Togo and Alencia, call out from the second level. Well, well. And as you look up, you'll see the familiar face, Vingor. Bring him to the cells at once.
Not
And-
quite yet. We're here to deliver a thief who stole from the Snow Hair Guild, and I want to make sure that is put in the record.
And that's where we'll go ahead and take our break. Just as you call this back out, Modar, go ahead and take our 5-minute break. And be back shortly. Well done, guys. Alencia, with you hitting, that definitely turned the tides of the battle real quick. Was definitely thinking it was going to be a little bit closer than it actually was. But good job, everybody. High heels high rolls on the heels, and good damage.
I was trying to get him before he got to that shield, but not. I was trying to or knock that other guy out before he could get him the shield. But
yeah, it didn't roll very well on his healing spell. That kind of sucked. But anyways, we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So just after making that claim, Modar, she will respond by saying, "Well, yes, of course. You brought this criminal to justice. Who would I be to denounce the work that the Snow Hare has done? Well, she'll be rewarded greatly."
And we did manage to recover the property, and I will hold up what they had stolen. I would like to have my chance to, or we would like to have our chance to interrogate him with you, if that is possible, since he did steal from us.
We'll bring him down to the cell and discuss this in a more private manner. Yes?
That'll work with me.
Why do we got to be down by the cells to discuss private matters?
No, you don't. The guards will take him there. Each of you, please come up here and to one of to my office. Enjoy some drink. It seems that each of you have had a long morning. Needless to say, if what you're holding is what I sought previously, then all is well. And your friend is debt-free.
As I told you before, or as I believe my comrade explained to you, this is not functioning at the moment. I can try and draw up some plans for your people to fix it, or we could try and get it fixed myself. But we are on a bit of a time. This has taken longer than we had originally intended.
I do understand. Please, if you will, and a couple of guards begin to approach.
Zanashi, I think it will be fine to release him into their custody.
Okay.
And both of the guards will one will place the arm over the shoulder, and as the other one does, he'll be like, "Huh! His hand's gone." Yeah, what of it? Just take him to the cell as ordered.
Oh, one last thing before you take him. I wanna reach around his neck real quick and see if he's wearing a pendant of whatever god he's worshiping or whatever.
Actually, no. With you taking the little bit of time it would have been to get to this area, you would have been contemplating and thinking over a lot. Like, he really was going for that shield once it was brought to him. This must have some significance.
Oh yeah, no, I kind of figured that, but I wasn't sure if you would have had a backup one or not.
No, he doesn't have a pendant.
Okay, yeah, no, that's essentially what I figure Modar's smart enough to have figured that much out. If you want me to make a roll, I can, but I was.
No,
looking
I was
for a
going off
second.
of just your the intelligence score. You're a pretty smart kid. You do a lot of studying. You may not be one more for like the religious aspects, but you have a very wandering mind.
I have a basic understanding as to how paladins or religious magic users work.
Correct.
All right. Yep. All right. Well, yes. No. Take him away. Should be fine. Yes. Let's. I suppose we should just retreat to her office then, and I'll start heading that way.
Motor, you start making your way up the stairs. Everyone else following?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, don't know if Zanashi replied.
Oh, I'm definitely going.
Okay. I was just unsure if like Discord was messing up or if you were like muted or something. Just wanted to double check. Anyways, as you all begin to make your way up the stairs, seeing Ingor in her full appearance, you'll see her standing with a nice smile upon her face, looking quite pleasant. She seems to be a little bit more brightened with the good news that you've brought forth. And with her copper hair and like large gray eyes, she'll just begin to blush as each of you make your way up. She is overcome with happiness from what it appears. And here, this way, this way. I know you two know the way, but do believe this will be my first honor of having either of you here. And as she opens the door, with Zanashi and Modar seeing this for the first time, see a nice room being met with a little bit of warmth from a camp, or not camp. I always say campfire. I don't know why. A fireplace burning like bright as kind of like crackles and pops the wood, and you'll see that the walls are lined with bookshelves filled to the brim. There are a few seats with the desk and a larger, more comfortable chair behind the desk, and she'll make her way over towards her seat and place her hands upon the top of the chair and motion for each of you to sit. Nice. Do you take a seat, and I will have drinks brought up, and also a nice reward that I spoke of as well.
What is it that Dury is actually accused of doing by your people?
I don't know, Zanashi. I think this is quite a simple transaction, actually.
I would just like to know.
Roll me a persuasion check. Well, not that it's much concern of yours, but Dury is acting that of a false god, if you will. He's wishing to hold practically anyone that's not a human repressed and removed from the city.
Good enough for me. He's definitely a false god. He was way too easy to kill, or could have killed him anyway.
Well, yes, we're not in the habit of killing people for theft.
And as you'd stated, if the device I seek is broken or impaired in any way, anything that you do for such a thing will need to be rewarded properly, of course. It was not a part of the deal, and I'm a lady of my word.
Understand. I'll lay the device out on her desk. I'm assuming there's like a desk or something right there that she's sitting behind.
Yep.
I'll lay the device out on the desk outside of, open the cloth up and show it to her. I believe this is what you were asking about earlier.
Yes, it is. It's quite more interesting than I had envisioned in my mind. Each of you up at Vala are hard at work, progressing, aren't you?
Yes, indeed. Well, one thing I would like to do is use your caster to send a message to my guild, and maybe we can figure something out to get this working a little quicker for you. But Um, if that is something that you could possibly see to happening.
Perhaps. I know that we have at least one here capable of doing so, but I will leave that for him to decide. I do believe that each of you have met.
Yes, I have used his services before.
Well, I will not speak for him, even though, well, he does follow and is a part of the Badger and Hellhounds, but I will not force my people to do something if they wish not to. You do understand.
I do indeed.
Well, just one moment, and she'll go to the door, open it. You'll hear her kind of, after she pokes her head out a little bit, say some words, and you'll hear her reply right away. And she'll close the door, make her way back over, and take a seat. Say, it'll just be a few moments for your drinks and reward. I think a nice chunk of coin is worth going above and beyond what each of you have done here. The city of Moga will be forever in your debt.
I'll take a statue right in the middle of the town in my image.
Perhaps, perhaps just forgetting about any mishaps that happened in the last few days or the last week or so would be acceptable, wouldn't you say, Zanashi?
And perhaps any that occur in the next couple of days.
I think also making it abundantly clear that this was the snow hare reacting to someone stealing from them, and while they tried to peaceably come to terms, they were attacked and dealt with it accordingly. Obviously, which is what has occurred here.
Yes, each of you acted just and true. I would not find any issue with what each of you have done.
And the city guard will often talk about that, especially around large groups of civilians who may be traveling and spreading word about what has happened here.
Are you looking to spread word of your accomplishments as a group, or
No.
maybe a little bit more detailed, as I've heard the streets have been buzzing of your performances?
No, that's. We just want to make sure that it's clear to the public of Moga that the Snow Hare Guild does honest and legitimate business in this city, and anybody who does try to cross us will pay the price.
Well,
Also, I think my performances speak for themselves, if we're being honest. But
well, I don't think that there's any need for any proclamation of such a thing, my friend. It's the work that you've done here will speak for itself. The tales will ring out upon the lands, each of the neighboring villages and little farmlands, stretching from here to Mito.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Where do drow elves usually hang out in the city?
Excuse me?
Elves that look like, and I'll point to Lencio.
The
Have you seen any in the city lately?
Very rarely, but have seen a couple in my time.
What do you think that you could have your guards inform us if any show up in the city while we are here?
Yes, I can do such a thing. Is there something that you're worried about? I would have thought if you traveling with a drow, then you're not to be concerned with such things.
Some old companions made some of us known that they were around, and we would rather not or rather not say hi in the middle of the city. It probably would not be a pleasant event, so we're just trying to avoid things, keep things peaceable. You know, shouting's very, very disruptive to trade.
What he said.
It's something I'd rather not get wrapped up in.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, I do have one question for you, and then you'll hear a knock at the door. And as it kind of begins to open, excuse me, Lady Ingwer, I have you the reward here, and the extra things that you asked for as well. Ah, yes. Back to the question. Modar, you are intrigued by a higher learning, yes? Expanding your talents, if you will.
Always.
Well, I do hope that you will like this this gift. I have asked for some scrolls to be brought up, and from my own collection. But other than that, I also have this for you. A nice reward of 2,000 gold. I believe that will be a chip off of what the city owes you. But other than this, a couple of more rare items, quite hard to find. I hope you will enjoy as well.
Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate this. I'm always looking for new scrolls to study. They're always very interesting. And I'll reach out to take them politely.
So it'll be handed about a medium-sized lockbox with um, wood with a golden trim, and as it's handed over to you, you'll hear the what's contained inside just ching and kind of jingle against itself, and then you'll be handed on top of that a relatively the same size box, and as it's folded open, resting upon a crimson red silk, you will see 4 red vials kind of swirling upon themselves. And as he closes that, he will place the 2 scrolls on top. And she will say, well, with the issues that we have found here, I thought that this would be beneficial. One, to be able to alter your appearance, and the other to launch numerous things forward, dealing a nice amount of damage to whatever your opponent and wherever it is.
Thank you very much. Yes, this is This is going to be very helpful. I appreciate it much. Thank you.
I've posted your reward in the chat. Now we'll take you a little bit of time to go through, but with what she's told you, and to go through and confirm that is, but from what she's told you, you'll have been rewarded 2,000 gold pieces, 4 potions of healing, and a scroll of alter self, and a scroll of catapult.
Does that mean the 1,000's mine and y'all split the other 1,000?
We can negotiate that in a later time.
Well,
Yes.
you all must please stay. The day's growing quite old. Perhaps leave in the morning.
Yes. Would it be possible to speak with Dury before we leave?
I suppose that could be arranged. Of course, I couldn't permit you to do such a thing alone.
I would not ask you to step out for something like that. Like I said, I want to get to the bottom of this. There were accusations made at the battle that I would like to get cleared up and find out exactly how things happened.
Well, I will alert you when he awakens. Will each of you still be at the tavern later
Yes,
this evening?
we should be. I believe that Togo does have a performance to get to this evening.
If we're staying here, then yeah, I have a performance to play this evening. Otherwise, we'd have to pay for room.
I would definitely post up more guards around your guard tower for now, because I suspect the Order of the Light may try to break him out.
I mean, probably, yeah, it would make sense.
I'm more than aware of such a thing. If they are foolish enough to come here, then we will protect ourselves.
They did not seem to have much of a leader outside of him, so we shall see what happens.
Well, that is the repercussion of idolizing false gods. It's almost as bad as defiling shrines themselves.
So
I would do such a thing.
you keep talking of false gods. Are you talking about the gods he worships, or are you saying that they believe him to be a god?
I believe the gods that he worshipped to be false as well. And proclaiming yourself to be a god, well, not only is that false in the sense of the proclamation itself, but no human would ever be able to follow the footsteps so purely.
Yes.
It's a good thing that I'm not a god. I'm a goddess instead.
Yes, you are.
I start laughing. It's basically being sarcastic.
Well, if you wish to just be summoned when Dury awakens, then it will be done. I will send word to the tavern as soon as I hear anything.
Thank you.
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's getting roughly near 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Ooh, I should be getting back.
Okay.
And yeah, all right. Well, if there's nothing else, good evening. And I will. Did you want me to contact my master and see what we can do about the device.
That is up to you. As I've said, if you go above and beyond what I have asked for, then I will reward you as such. But I'm sure that we're capable of figuring it out. Elstar is quite gifted individual, such as you.
Well, thank you. And with that, we'll head out.
I will also follow and
Yeah, same here. On our way back to the tavern, I'm just kind of, quietly observing to see if it looks like there's more guards, more basically in the area of the guard tower now versus spread out throughout the city like they normally are.
Oh, while
As-
making your way out, she'll say, well, each of you have a good rest of your evening. Don't spend all of your gold in one place, yes?
Oh, never.
won't do. Thank you.
Give Dilsey a hello for me, please.
Ew. As we're walking back, I'll kind of nudge Tanashi and try and get her to stroll a little bit farther behind.
Give me a perception check, Zanashi. Yeah, you'll see that there's a good number of guards here. It doesn't seem to be more than what you've seen before. But as you are making your way out the door, you'll begin to hear like hurried footsteps coming from upstairs, and as you kind of look back over your shoulder, you'll see one of the guards beginning to speak to the receptionist in the front, and then he will make his way to the right, away from the stairs and down a hall.
Okay.
And at this point, it'll take you each about 30 minutes to make your way back to the tavern. So if there's anything you want to speak about while making your way there, feel free.
Actually, right before, once we got downstairs, I was gonna go look to send a message to the guild. I just basically want to say, I need a report, or I need to speak to you. But
Okay.
I just want to look and see if he's available.
Yeah, when you make your way down that hall, as Zanashi is kind of taking a look over, and you just say like one moment and break away. You will make your way down the hall and find Falster's office, and as you knock on the door, you'll hear from inside, "Yes, hello?"
Hi, yes. It's myself, Modar. We spoke of a week or so ago.
Oh,
I would
yes,
like
I
to know.
remember. The Snow Hair Guild, right?
Yes. I would like to know if you could send another message. Remind me again what the cost was on that to send a message.
Well, I must ask, is it true that you've brought Durian?
We have, yes.
Oh, then consider this one on the house.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and I'm just going to. It's going to be a super short message saying, "Please, this is Modor sending another message. Please respond to me in the next
As you start,
in a half hour, in 30 minutes."
as you start to respond to me, a bang on the door as it kind of gets pushed open, and you hear it slam against the wall. Felstar, Uh, we need you to send a message at once. Yes, just one moment. I'm sorry, the rest? What is you saying?
Yes. This is Modar. Please respond to me within the next in 30 minutes, uh, or respond in 30 minutes if you can. After 30 minutes, yes. After 30 minutes, that's what I wanted to
Okay.
myself.
Well, um, yes, what was the order? Um, this is gonna need to be a little bit more private. Mm, very well.
Oh,
Modar, perhaps
I'm
I
sorry.
shall seek you out, and I will send the message at once and return with the reply.
Yes, if you get a reply, let me know. But like I said, I'm hoping that they will just that the master will be able to reply to myself. But yes, if they send a reply, I'll be at the inn.
Yes, I'm sure that he will. Just mean, in all precautions. And you can start to make your way out. And at this point, I imagine the rest of you kind of just gathered right at like the door, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
Modar, as you make your way back up, start to leave.
As we were leaving, I'll try to like get Zanashi to hang back as we're walking and let the other two go up till me whispering would be out of earshot. And I lean over and say, "My share of the gold. I bet you he doesn't survive and he's dead before they send the messenger."
Who?
Dury.
You're probably right.
All right. No way they're letting us interrogate him.
I don't really care to interrogate that fool. I did my interrogating with my axe.
Keyword terror gating.
Exactly.
And he'll snap his fingers as he's disappointed Zanashi won't take him up on what he thinks is a surefire bet.
I still have some tearing to do as well.
Really?
But I didn't say that.
Well, come to me before you do some terroring tonight.
I never said it would be tonight.
Or whenever. As long as Modar and Lindsay aren't around.
And why would I do that? You tend to try to put me to sleep.
Yeah, but that's when it's all very visible in public. I was just gonna cast invisibility on you to make it a little bit easier, but we don't have to do that if you don't want to.
You can make me invisible?
Yeah, for a bit at least.
Hmm. That might come in handy. It'll be tonight then.
Meanwhile, while I'm walking back with Modar, I just say, finally got a chance to breathe. I really hope this Dewey thing makes an impact on the rest of the town positively.
well, we will see. Things like this, it's hard to say what the masses will do.
It seemed like the Order of Light had quite an impact on rather half of Moga, it seems. So maybe now that the power of balance has changed, perhaps people will treat each other more fairly and not discriminate.
We shall see. We can only hope. We'll see what kind of and the way things work when you remove power, it creates a vacuum, and something will fill that vacuum. We can only hope that whatever fills it is not as bad as what was originally there.
Right. Well, can't exactly say we're out of the woods yet, so I I really hope things go smoothly from here on out.
Huh. Hopefully everything will start going smoother when we leave. We need to resupply, possibly get some better mounts or beasts of burden to pull our cart and keep moving south.
I had enough vengeance for one day.
And after those
Indeed, indeed.
conversations, oh, I'm sorry, were you not done? I apologize.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I was just responding to her real quick. Just
Oh, go ahead.
banter. Just banter. Indeed, indeed. We will see.
And with that, after a little bit of a walk through the city, making your way back, seeing the Keen Spiders Tavern, making your way in, you can see it's quite crowded, and you'll see Dilsey just kind of going back and forth. Yeah, I'll be with you in a moment. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. I'll get right there. And as he like turns, hearing the door open, he'll see you walk in, Togo, and oh, thank goodness. All these people showed up so early. And all they'd want to do is hear your music.
Wonderful. I'm so glad to have a consistent crowd. And I'll kind of like wave at people if people are like looking at me. And
You'll hear a bit of a cheer start to erupt. As you kind of give a wave. Look, the people here love you. I do have a question for you.
mm-hmm.
Look, Dilsey can afford you a couple of coins. You brought in Dilsey lots of money. To pay you some extra gold if you play a little bit longer tonight. But to make it a little more worthwhile, you do have a special guest that's over in the corner table. Something about the Twins of Paradise. I don't know what the hell that means.
Oh. Okay. I'll kind of
And
look over at the corner.
I will PM you just a little bit of information. But as you look over to the corner, you will see a female halfling, the back side of her, as she's like sitting faced away from you. Hair pretty long, hanging down past her shoulders, quite nice and kept well, with a bow kind of wrapped around the back, pulling it into a nice ponytail.
I'll make my way over and sit down at the table there.
So you are here.
What on earth are you doing here? How did you get here?
Ever since we were split up, we've... Well, at least I've been trying to find our family.
I had the same idea. That's why I've been very loud and proud about where I've been going, hoping to be able to find people. Have you found anyone else?
No, and just heard word of you here in Moga.
Where did you hear word at? I guess. How long ago? I guess.
Just a few days ago, I was just to the east in Killam after making my way across the Crystal River.
Kill him. Did you hear anything about anything odd out that way while you
Yes,
traveled through there?
quite odd indeed. Uh, the Ophidian Lake has had a fog looming over it. And the rumors say it's quite dangerous, but it's neither here or there. You're here alone? You've been.
No, I have some companions that we're actually traveling south. I'm joined up with a couple people who work for the Snow Hare Guild up in Vala, but I'm not really a part of them. I've just been traveling with them for some time here.
Well, where are your friends? I'd love to meet them.
Uh, I will look over, and I'm assuming that Zanashi and Modar and Alencia have walked in, are they?
Okay, everyone's here at the moment. You just kind of like walked away after Dilsey had pointed this individual out to you.
Are they looking over here? I'll just try and be like, "Oi, hey, come on over."
No,
Seeing the pretty
with them?
halflings over there, I'll head over.
I'll just follow out of curiosity.
And who are these? Is there two of them, right?
Just one.
Oh. Who is this beauty here, Togo?
She's I grew up playing with her in the troop I traveled with. But
I bet you did.
Hi,
watch yourself with this one.
my name's Nalvis. How are you? She'll give
I'm
you a bit of
doing-
a smile. You'll see that she's got some bright blue eyes and a little couple of freckles just on like her cheeks. As she gives a smile, you'll see some dimples.
I'm doing much better now that I am here in front of you.
Well, Toga, your friends are quite polite. You
Don't
two?
worry. What were you saying?
The other two?
This is Modar and Alencia, both of whom are currently employed by the Snow Hare Guild, and
Nice to meet you.
uh, so you want to put on a show tonight, Nav?
Oh, I haven't played since that day. And she'll kind of like lift up her hand and you'll see that it's just like wrapped quite a few times over. And even with how long ago this event has happened that you know of, it seems that she's sustained some pretty severe wounds. If you look upon it, you'll see that there's a little bit of blood stain on the cloth, some being fresh.
Toga, his smile will stay, but his eyes kind of fall a little bit, like he's trying to stay positive. Well, you don't have to play, but would you sing with me this evening at least?
I could try.
It's going to be a bit of a holiday. I have a song in mind that you probably remember, but they're going to be celebrating tonight in the city.
Well, as long as you're playing, I'm sure that they'll have at least one thing to celebrate.
I mean, he'll kind of like put his hands up and smile, lean back and shrug. That's a fair point, but apparently some people captured the rival faction leader, and hopefully the split in the city is gonna come to an end soon. So people might be especially joyous this evening.
You just hear from the background, "Oi, listen! I'll get over to your table and I'll bring you drinks when I get there. You see all these people? There's not just you in this tavern, okay? Shut the hell up." Well, whatever the celebration for this evening, it does seem that you've caused, well, a good and bad thing for that gentleman. As she points over towards Dilsey, and you just see him like frantically running back and forth, um, attempting to do everything himself.
I mean, I caused a commotion. Is that anything new?
I will attempt to ease his burden. It's a pleasure meeting you. And then she'll turn away and go towards Tilsey.
Oh, what can I like? Look, I'm quite busy. I can't give you any special treatment. I'll get to you momentarily.
You seem to have a busy.
What? Do you know how to clean and serve?
Yes, I know.
Okay, go get an apron. It's behind the bar. Put it on, and that table over there. And he'll point over, and you'll see 4 dwarves sitting there, just kind of like gleaming over. They need 4 ales right away.
Of course. And then she'll go into full-on server mode and basically go super maid on this whole shebang.
All right, give me your performance check at advantage.
All
right. Togo, do you still play the lute?
That I do, and I picked up the viol while in the past little bit too. And I'm a fair hand at pipes now, though. I never play them because I can't sing with them, and well, if you don't sing, they don't pay you normally. So.
Oh, you remember Imden with his pipes? That was so annoying.
Oh God, yeah. I was really glad when someone plugged the bottom of them with clay.
That was me.
Was it really?
Yes. Oh, good times.
Wonderful. I'll look over at Dilsey, and if he looks at me, I'll start like doing the Macarena and like slapping my face a couple times.
He'll reply with some random hand gestures and signs, and ending with, what are you waiting for?
I'll just give him a thumbs up. I have no idea what he just said or what I did to him, but he keeps doing it to me, so...
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. I just kind of, like, randomly moved, and he seems to understand.
What an odd individual.
I kind of like him, though. I don't know why. I feel like he would just fit in everywhere.
Well, it seems that you're ready to give these people a show, yes?
Yeah, sure.
Please, will you two join me for now until he needs my assistance? And she'll kind of like get up, pulling a chair, kind of grabbing it from like the midpoint, pulling it back for you, Zanashi and Modar.
Yes, no problem.
Yes. Don't forget about our arrangement, Togo.
I won't, don't worry. And I'll kind of wave at people as I go up, and I'll start off just with more instrumental pieces on the viol, play for a little bit, and a couple songs, try and get people up and dancing, but I won't do my normal where I move through the crowd. I'll mostly stay up on the stage for the first part until a little bit further in, and I'll wave at her to come over.
She'll just kind of scoot her chair back and start to make her way up. I'm not quite sure what she wants me to do. Just sing along?
Yeah. Come on. And I'll go and I'll whisper part of the song in her ear to see if she starts to remember it, and it's more of a passive part on their part for the other singer, so she'll hopefully remember the song, but I wouldn't assume such things. But kind of go over it a couple times with her.
Yeah, I remember a few of the words. It's been a while, but
But we come out and I set the lute down, and she actually starts singing with a bum bitty bum bitty 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 bum bitty bum bitty 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 bum, and kind of goes through a loop of that over and over again for 2 or 3 times, and then I come in with bitty bitty bum bitty 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 bum bitty bum bitty 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 bum. Holidays are here, it's a happy time of year. Bitty bum bitty 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 bum. Once more in time, born in melody and rhyme. Bitty bum bitty 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 bum. Candles at night will be shining so bright in the light of the children's eyes. Dance to the tune neath the holiday moon. Bitty bum bitty 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 bum. And then it'll go through and I'll sing the background part and she'll sing that, and then it'll end.
and you'll be met with a bit of a round of applause. And as she kind of gives a little bit of like a curtsy, and she'll turn back to you, blushing with a big grin on her face, and I've been singing quite a long time. It does feel quite nice.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Now, I won't drag you up here anymore. I'm gonna continue on in my performance here, but sit down, enjoy, put your feet up.
All right.
And then
Well,
I'll
if
go.
you used your inspiration, which I don't think that you have, go ahead and mark it back down.
Okay. But then I'll start. After that, I'll do my normal walk through the crowd sort of thing. But as I get to the back, I'll take about 5 minutes and step outside the front of the tavern as my sort of break in the performance. And wait a couple minutes.
And while you are on your break, I am going to approach you.
I was just gonna say, during that time, as you're giving your performance, it'll start to erupt in a more like party atmosphere. Everyone's singing along, dancing, applauding at the end of each song, and giving you quite a cheer. Some even throwing some flowers upon the stage, and being met with some copper and silver coins as well. You'll see a total of 7 copper and 5 silver kind of fall upon your feet. And after collecting everything, you have a nice bouquet of flowers of a different of arrangement. You'll have a rose, a dandelion, a sunflower, a tulip, and trying to think of one more flower.
Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy sounds good. I didn't think the performance was going to be that good. I wasn't prepared for so much reward. And after you collect everything, this is when Sanashi will begin to walk up as you're outside the tavern.
We are outside the tavern.
That's where he said he wanted to take his break, correct?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Togo.
Are there a lot of people around the tavern, and like, are they all mostly inside? Is the street fairly busy?
Yeah, you'll have like a couple people going in and out, but like you can find like on like that front entranceway area, like a corner that's on the outside that's pretty remote.
Okay.
I need that invisibility that you speak of.
I will cast invisibility on. Now it won't last for more than an hour, but once I start playing, my concentration might break on the spell. So use it to your advantage while I'm on my break here.
Thank you.
That's how long I can guarantee it for you.
Can I see myself, like my arms and stuff?
I don't believe that you can. Like when you look down, you just see
Okay.
like the ground beneath you. And like looking over the rest of your body, like you don't see anything.
This is cool. All right. And I just start walking away, and I am walking to that shopkeeper's place.
I'll
Give me a stealth check at advantage. All right, Modar, and now give me a religion check. Perfect. So, while you're looking over the shield during Togo's performance, as you kind of like snuck off during the beginning parts, you will have confirmed that this would be, such as you've researched, a paladin or cleric's holy symbol. And after checking out the symbol that's placed upon the shield, you would know this to be the symbol of Olin, the Golden Father.
Do I know anything else about Olin the Golden Father?
In
Good,
a general,
like an overall. All I'm asking for is
yeah,
alignment.
in a general aspect, he and Atia, the Dawn Mother, are the mother and father of all the gods in Elista. Being praised as a general god, most people find the Golden Father to be quite good, lawful good, even, if you will.
All right. Yep. That's all I. Interesting. After that, if I've got time, I'm going to start ritually casting identify to see if it pops as magic or not.
Yeah, you'll have plenty of time. It will give you like a magical hue. On top of that, you will also see the remnants of your alarm spell in your room, but also a little bit of hue of magic from each of the scrolls that were given to you as well.
Oh no, I was going for straight to identify, not for.
I'm sorry. I did
identify
detect magic. I apologize.
Yep,
Brain
identify.
fart. For identify, I mean it has no magical components in with that as in that regard.
Okay, yeah, no, that's all right.
Derp, 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 derp.
I got you. No, I understand. No, that's kind of why I almost went with that, but I'm like, no, I'll go straight to identify because I've got plenty of time. I can. All right, and I'll just kind of start looking over the 2 new scrolls I have, waiting to see if I get a reply from, if anybody from Vala responds.
And about the time that you're looking over like the first scroll, just randomly picking one for you, alter self. As you're like looking
Yep.
it over and like kind of just like seeing the scripture upon the parchment, you'll begin to hear Rord's familiar voice. What hell you do? I not know why you not give to him, but that was job.
And this, I'm gonna send this message to him. That I just posted in the Roll20.
That thing working when left. I not know what happened, but from what you said before, makes sense. I guess that sucked for them.
And then after he responds a second time, I'll respond with that.
Money here. So, no.
All right, that's all I needed.
All right. Well, then we'll move over to Zanashi. After Togo has turned you invisible during his break, and the others, Alencia working quite hard, doing very, very well, serving and making sure people's orders are taken and retrieved in a timely manner, and then cleaning tables as they depart. You will have made your way after being turned invisible from Togo.
Okay, do I see any activity from the backside of her place?
Yes, you see that the door is actually propped open. The you hear a bit of sound coming from within, and it just like the remnants and ambience of someone sweeping, just like.
What's the traffic look like on the backside?
It's quite clear. No one is there.
I'm going to walk in.
And as you walk in, you will see Amelia sweeping, humming along to herself.
How old is this woman?
Give me a perception check as you kind of like look over. From your guess, anywhere between 25 and 30. I mean, from your experiences with humans, definitely an adult.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of just try to look and see if before I murder this woman, I want to make sure she ain't got no kids in the house.
Glad you cleared it up that you were murdering this. The subtext was lost on me.
Yeah, I was unaware of this fact.
I mean, as far as like when you're looking around here, this just seems to be a place of business.
Okay. I am going to pull the dagger out, and I'm going to drive it into her head.
Give me an attack roll at advantage.
Because I don't have a dagger on. Actually, do I put one on my person? Hold on.
Oh, I'm biting my nails. What are you gonna roll? This is gonna be good or bad?
Let me add it so that way I can roll it from.
Please do.
D&D
I want
Beyond.
this to be legit.
God, your roles against this woman have caused such calamities and greatness. I love it.
A second jail time.
I'm
again.
expecting double ones.
I'm expecting failure too, man.
We just got you cleared of these crimes.
And then we have to kill Ingor and get her arrested.
And give Ingor to the Order of the Light so that they.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, thank God.
All right, give me your damage roll.
Oh, that's not bad either. Max damage. Yes.
Well, as you're invisible and strike forward, how do you want to do this?
I'm going to drive the dagger right into one of her eyeballs, and it all the way through her skull, to where it pierces out the back of her skull. And I'm going to let go of the dagger and watch her fall to the floor. And that's what happens.
As
when
you
mess with
stab
my
into her,
friends.
she'll release the broom and then fall. And you'll see blood beginning to like pour out of the back of her head from the wound.
And I'm going to quickly exit the place.
Give
And,
me
make my way back to the
another
tavern.
stealth check, because at this point you are now visible.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh. My rolls are finally coming around for this.
All right. And give me a perception check. 'Cause I'm assuming you're going to want to look around before just darting out.
Yeah.
I'll be generous in that aspect. No, the coast is clear. You look down and there's only a little bit of blood on your hands. Like literally, not figuratively.
Yeah. And I'll make my way back to the tavern. And I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of blood on my hands, so I will. I mean, I got blood on my clothes anyway from the battle I fought earlier today. So I'll just wipe it amongst the other blood that's on me.
And as you make your way in, kind of wiping the blood off on already your battle-stained clothing, you will see Togo during the second part of his performance walking amongst the crowd, making everyone cheer and dance as he makes his way, and Alencia walking with not one but two trays full of ale as she sets it down upon one table, spinning it around quite elegantly, and then setting the other tray upon another.
I'll just go sit at the table by myself and just order a drink. If there is an empty table. If there's not, I'll find one with a lady sitting at it and go sit with her.
And she'll give you a wave, and you can come over. And then at this point, Alencia, you would have seen Zanashi taking a seat back, and then the halfling that you briefly met giving you a wave and a signal for a drink.
Yep, nod and grab a drink or two, and then go straight to their table.
Thank you. And upon this time, Togo, just finishing up your second round of your performance, Modar, you would have finished your messages and your replies and replies that you'd gotten from Roard, and taking a look over the shield. And right around this time, each of you will begin finishing up the night. At the end of Togo's performance, most will be leaving. Only the severely intoxicated are remaining, ordering drink after drink at this point. Well, it doesn't seem that you've lost any step there, Togo. You always did have a great knack amongst the rest of us.
I'd like to just call it a flair for the dramatics, honestly. Everything else just kind of happens. As I get up there, I go and I'm loud and people cheer. I just distract them with loud sounds and it's fine.
I did think of something to ask each of you. I know that you said that you weren't a part of them, but you had made ties with the Snowhair Guild, yes?
Yeah.
That's in Vala, correct?
Yes it is.
Do you think they would welcome someone like me there? I think it's time to find a home, and if that's where you found home for now, then it would be nice to at least know one familiar face.
I think that Vala's a great place. It's a bit cold, I will warn you of that. But,
And as she looks down, she'll reply, I guess I'll need to get some boots then. And as you look over, you'll see her kind of just wiggling her toes barefoot.
yeah, I had to. And I look down at and kind of display the boots that I'm wearing. Lifting one leg up, kind of on my sideways-ish.
Huh. It's, it seems nice. Maybe something a different color for me, but what about you? Zanashi, was it?
Yes,
How do you like it in Vala?
I hate it.
Too cold?
Yes, and I don't like the people.
You just didn't like the dwarf who made your axe.
He's probably the only one I liked.
Well, I'm not sure where else to go.
Well, if nothing else, I'll be returning to Vala once we complete our business in the south. I can't say how long it'll be until then, but
That's fine. I'm just not going anywhere near Laels. It does not seem safe there.
There's some business there.
Well, I've heard that there's been some issues arising with the guild and the environment, but it's a quite busy area.
Well, Bexley has halflings. You go stay with your kind up there.
actually
That does sound
was a
nice.
nice little town. They also have a great stage for performing on. We played there briefly, though might have caused a bit of a commotion, but it was a fun time. But if you're gonna consider Vala, swing through Bexley and maybe stay for a day and see what the people there are like.
I will. That sounds quite nice.
If you are traveling north, though, be careful when going through the iced lookout. That forest there and the tower there. I would recommend trying to find a group in either Bexley or Kell. It's good. We saw some griffins flying around that tower, and when we went in there, there's something odd going on. We told the people in Bexley about it, but I don't know if they ever did anything.
And she should probably just travel off the road and go around the forest and avoid that area altogether.
That's not a terrible idea, but I would potentially find a caravan or a group going to Vala if there is one.
Sounds like my safest bet might just be staying here. If the road is that dangerous, and perhaps catching a caravan north, and whenever the time is right.
I think that's a good plan. You shouldn't have trouble joining up with a caravan, though.
Oh,
They're always willing to take experienced travelers with them.
well, I'm not sure what each of you have planned for the rest of the evening, but it is getting quite late. Luckily, they had a room available, but I will be retiring after this drink. She kind of holds up her goblet, taking a small sip.
I'll raise mine and clink and take a drink from mine.
Oh, it was the most delightful day being able to see such a familiar face.
It was great seeing you.
And around this time, with it getting a little later in the evening and the performance starting a little bit earlier than anticipated, it will be winding down quite a bit, and then you'll start to hear Dilsey. Oh, Olencia. Right, that was your name?
That is correct.
Look, that was the best that I've ever seen. How about you stay here and work for me? Make lots of coin.
I'm afraid I have loyalties elsewhere, and you do not owe me anything.
Are you sure?
You have an influx of patrons who are already contributing to you, and you deserve it. I'm merely here for the show.
Well, hell, if you find anybody willing to work like you for the same amount of pay, you let Dilsey know.
I will.
Well, it does seem to have calmed down a bit, so how about you go relax and take it easy. I do appreciate your help.
It was no trouble at all, at least for me. And she'll bow, and
Give you a slight head nod back.
then as soon as she turns around, she wipes the sweat from her forehead and kind of buckles over, exhausted, and sits into an empty chair.
Yes, I would imagine this being quite exhausting, doing all this in high heels.
Oh yeah, she's massaging her ankles right now.
It seems that your friend has quite a day as well, yes? I can see that your friend here has quite a bit of blood upon her. I assume in good in a good way. Not.
We had some issues. We were attacked earlier in the day, but
And you
it's,
still gave such a performance.
what can I say? The show must go on.
Those highwaymen must have not have phased you at all.
No, I mean it was not necessarily highwaymen, but yeah, it was an interesting day. Let's go with that.
Well. And she takes a couple more gulps from her goblet. I'm guessing I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. And I'll grab my drink and kind of lean back and kind of give her a small salute and
She'll smile, giving you like a salute back, and then like let out like a little bit of a chuckle. So, as Sanashi rests with her bloodstained clothing, Togo giving a nice goodbye to an old friend, Modar still tucked away in his room, checking everything over, and Alencia rubbing her ankles after a hard night's of work. This is where we're going to call it for the evening. And what we will do is we will talk about in Discord chat if we're going to play next week, with it being Thanksgiving. If anyone has plans, I completely understand, but we'll talk about it there. But anybody have anything to say before we get out of here for the evening?
I'm glad I didn't miss.
Same.
Me too.
Yes,
me
yes, definitely.
too. Well,
Gets new artwork for the characters. TPK.
Anybody else? Got any shout out we want to share with the class? Anything fun of that nature?
Yeah, continue watching Shadow Raven Games. DM, I believe it's called. Episode 2 happened. Some crazy shit went down with my character.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys, I thought like you were considering the first one episode 0 since it was like the tour. But that's right. It was a good session.
Oh.
I caught most of it.
Was that the first session? Right? No, it was we're on session 2 right now.
Okay, so that was the
Yeah.
like technically session 1. Okay, cool. I thought it was like what we had done, like a 0.5 kind of thing, not technically one.
Oh, well, we technically did 3 sessions, but it's technically episode 2.
Word. Yes, that was a good session. I did catch, I'd say about 75% of it.
Yeah, I watched it after the fact. It was that was a really good one. You guys did really nice in that fight. Pulled that fight off pretty well.
Togo or Zanashi?
Have a good one.
You can find me at Clue DM on Twitch, and my Sunday game is getting a little more interesting now. Other than that, good night.
There's dragons in it. Lots and lots of dragons.
All right. Well, I'm Hip Hop Okage. I hope everyone had a good time tonight. It was definitely a nail biter. First thing I would like to just say for each of you, just so everyone is aware, everyone will bring home a total of 675 experience, since everyone is at about the point where they would be getting some rest, which means that our next session, everyone will be level 4. Yay, super fun time.
And there was
Yeah.
much rejoicing.
With that in mind, as you level up, that is also considered a long rest. So upon gaining your level 4 things, keep that in mind as well. But other than that, I am Hippokage. It was your DM. Twitch.tv/HipHopOkageDM. And if you enjoyed and you haven't already, please do drop a follow. All the other links for Discords, for Heroes Wanted, Ninja Monkey server, and mine as well are down below. If you haven't already, please feel free to join either one of those and find a nice community to be a part of. Sword Coast Soundscapes for the music that we heard tonight, and Lady Loxer for the art for each of the characters and the logo. More to come on the Thursday campaign. But other than that, tomorrow night, Tomb of Annihilation as Akka. Thursday, we have more Elista, and Friday as well. Hope to see some of you then. Everyone have a good night.
Night. I'm done leveling already.